When a client comes up to me and asks me what the best resolution is for their project, my immediate answer is, well, what are you looking to digitize? Because if you're working with, 35 millimeter film versus, a yearbook or something like that, those are going to be two completely different resolutions. I always recommend clients reference the FATI guidelines to determine which resolution is best. When doing print materials, I recommend doing 300 or 400 PPI. Photographic prints, 600 is good, but you can get away with 3 or 4. When doing 35 millimeter slides or negatives, I always recommend 3000 PPI. I think that's great. If you have an oversized item and you want to do it at a really high resolution, it will oftentimes be larger than our maximum capture area. We can do that, but then we have to do it in multiple panels and then digitally stitch it to create a final image. If you're ever not sure what resolution to do for a project, talk to one of your account representatives, let them know what kind of collection you have, and they can definitely point you in the right direction. Coolest thing that I've ever digitized was a collection of punk fanzines from the 1980s. There was a lot of cool, interesting articles and interviews from different bands all over the country, and some of them were local to the Bethlehem area, which I thought was really neat. A lot of interviews and stuff that you don't see online, and it's really great that we're preserving it. So having a more accurate count for page counts will get you a more accurate quote, because our pricing model is based off of the number of images we capture or pages that we deliver. Now, we understand that it can be difficult to accurately guess or count how many pages are in a collection. I could also recommend that you count the number of pages in, let's say, like 6 inches of that space, and then multiply it to kind of do the math to see how many pages there are. But that's still just an estimate. It's not an accurate count. On the flip side, we do monitor that live during production. So if you estimate your project to be about 10,000 pages and it turns out to be closer to 12,000, you'll be alerted before we even reach that. So if you have a cutoff at no, it has to be 10,000 pages, we'll stop. We'll find a good stopping point, whether it's in a box or a folder, a specific year in a newspaper, so that way you're not surprised by any added fees or additional charges. I mean, you can do your project on a flatbed scanner, but there are some difficulties with a flatbed scanner. You won't have as high of a quality with a flatbed scanner as you would with an overhead camera. Our overhead cameras have a clear path from the material to the lenses, whereas a flatbed scanner utilizes mirrors to go from the materials to the scanning array. In addition to that, you won't have the flexibility that we have with our overheads. Our overheads are completely customizable. We can do different material types with them. Flatbeds are mostly equipped for just doing flat items, hence flatbed. Whereas we can do books with different restricted book bindings, flat items, or we can also do film types. A big factor is the speed. We can take one capture of a page in seconds with our overhead cameras, whereas a flatbed scanner, takes time for the array to go across the entire page in order to digitize the item. If you are looking to have a project priced out, you can reach out to your sales representative and they can walk you through all the steps of the process. We have a questionnaire that you can fill out that has the bare bones of what we need to get you a price quote. But in preparation for that, in regards to the materials, we need to know what kind of materials you have, the conditions that they're in, sizes, the number of pages that you have. It's always helpful to know what the largest item is and what item is in the worst condition. I always tell clients, it'd be great if you could send me a picture of the best item in the collection, the worst item in the collection, and one item that is an average of what you'll see across the board. I mean, I really feel strongly about our customer service. I've had countless clients reach out and talk about how great our customer service is. We're always trying to help clients, get to their end goal with their projects. But the bigger thing is that we like to collaborate with people. We don't just want to say this is the Backstage way and this is how we're going to do it. If you have something in mind with how you want your project done, we'll listen to you, we'll give feedback, tell you how we would approach it. But at the end of the day, it's your material, your project, and we'll get you what you need.